Welcome back after a longish gap. I couldn't get in touch with you through this medium due to some very serious personal reasons. But today I thought let us talk about something which is lighter, not a very serious aspect of our history. I thought I will discuss with you certain aspects of Maulana Abul Kalam Azad's personality. One particular aspect for today, which is generally not very well known. His habit or his obsession with tea, with the brand of tea which he liked, which he remained committed all his life. Maulana Abul Kalam Azad actually used to begin his day, and the day used to begin at 3:34 in the morning, because that was the time which he believed, which his father introduced him to, that was the best time to write, to work, because that is the time when the world sleeps and you are, the whole time is your own, so there is no one to disturb you. So that every day used to begin with the consumption of tea, which he used to prepare himself, and the preparation itself is a very, very celebratory account when we read it. And that tea was a white Chinese jasmine tea. So this was a brand, which was his brand, which remained his brand all his life. He believed that the British introduced Indians to a brand of tea leaves, which are black tea leaves, which they call tea. In the 19th century, they started mass production of these tea leaves in Sri Lanka, in Ceylon and India. But I don't think that the tea they produced was actually tea, because there was some black leaves, but not really tea. And then with this brand of tea, they introduced Indians and to other parts of the empire wherever they went. They introduced sugar and milk. So this was a decoction which Indians have got used to or addicted to, which I think is regrettable. This is not tea at all. And so in India, most of the people are used to this decoction. The Chinese passed on this habit of tea and drinking to Russia, to Iran, to Turkey, to so many other parts of the world, but none of them actually decided or ever thought of introducing milk and sugar into that tea. They always had those Chinese jasmine tea leaves without milk and sugar. In Iran and Russia, they introduced lemon at some point of time, but not sugar or milk. So this is something which Maulana writes in detail, about 10 to 12 pages of letter. He writes in this collection called Ghubar-e-Khatir, which he wrote in Ahmednagar Fort Prison, where Nehru wrote his discovery of India. So this whole account of tea production, tea consumption, and history of tea is graphically described by Maulana Azad, and he writes that for me, tea is not just a consumption. It is a ritual, and that ritual should be followed in a way, in a manner which he describes. And he says that I don't take tea in normal cups. I take tea in small Russian cups, and those cups, are small. And when I put tea in that, I light my cigarette, and my timing of cigarette puffs and sips of tea, the tally, they go along with each other, and I see to it that both of them end together. So this is something which he is very particularly fond of narrating, and describes the whole process in a very, very poetic manner, which we normally are not aware of. Then he writes that I can't even invite anybody for having tea with me, because most of the people don't like the brand of tea I consume. Because here everybody is fond of the decoction which the British have passed on to them. It's only Nehru who is actually fond of black tea. But he was also happy with this lop chew wop chew, he writes. Lop chew wop chew, that's all. Not really the white jasmine tea which he is fond of. So this is something which he describes, he narrates, and he goes on to talk about it in great detail. And once he says in the fort, Ahmednagar fort, my brand of tea was finished, and I asked the jail authorities, the jailer, to really look for the white jasmine tea somewhere. And he says that in 1941-42, there were large number of Chinese restaurants which have come up all over India, particularly in the cantonment towns. So Ahmednagar also had a Chinese restaurant. So the jailer felt that maybe if I send this warder with a packet of white jasmine tea, maybe they will help us to find this particular brand for Maulana Azad. But obviously the restaurant people didn't have it, but they were surprised that who is this man who is actually fond of consuming this sort of tea, because there is something so special. Normally, no Indian is found to be having that sort of tea which Maulana was looking for. And the restaurant people felt that there's some Chinese VIP who is visiting the Ahmednagar fort prisoners to meet them. Maybe that is the reason why this tea is being looked for. So this is something which Maulana writes in great detail, and the whole description is so graphic and so interesting that we need to really understand and know these particular aspects of our great leaders' lives, because Maulana Azad was not just a religious scholar. He was one of those important people who laid the foundations in the 1950s of our education, of our science, of our culture, and these aspects of his personality are not known. There are so many other aspects which we can discuss later on, but I thought today, let me begin with his habit of consuming tea, which we normally are not familiar with. Thank you.